Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's lesson, we're gonna learn how to make this simple 3D bedroom, which looks like kind of cartoony, and then actually grab this reference from ArtStation. So you can go to ArtStation and search this guy. Like if you like to check out his page, like he's a Juliestrator, a 3D artist, content creator. Okay, so we're gonna make something similar to that. And of course, in such a short lesson, we won't be able to, complete all the stuff here, like with details, but we're gonna try to at least come up with the main structure and then with most of the stuff here. Okay, so this will be an interesting lesson to go with for beginners, for users like who start to use 3ds Max, very basics about the navigation, like move, rotate, scale, creating basic boxes and all. Okay, all right, let's get to it. So back on Max here. So if you look at the reference, so I think I'm just gonna put this right here at the side so it's easier for us to refer to. And while we're working on this, so I'm gonna put my Max right here. So doing like a side-by-side thing. And of course, the next thing is making this a full screen. So we can click alternate W to do it. I can shrink this down if I want to readjust my working space. I need this to be slightly smaller, like so, and give us a bigger space in Max. Alright, so normally whenever we start to build, it's actually best that we create a simple mannequin, like in Max, to measure the size of a human. So I'm gonna go to here, system, biped, and just click and drag this out, okay, to be around like a correct human size. So if you look at here, this is 1.5 meters. So if you want to adjust further, you can just right click first and finish creating that, and go to motion, and under motion you can go to figure mode, and under figure mode you can check out this, like the height. So we can just type in like 1.68 or 1.6, 1.7, it's up to you. Okay, and then we just gonna ignore the details, even though like it's showing the middle finger here. It's kind of offensive, but yeah, we'll just get with it. Okay, and then let's turn this off. Okay, don't be offended, like it's just a funny guy there. So next, we're gonna start building this using a simple box. So you can go to here, create a box, and should be slightly bigger. Like pull it out. All right, right click to finished, and after that we can click F3 to have a look inside. And this guy, like I want to move it out, so I can select this inner, like a diamond shape thing. That's the core, like a hip thing from biped. You can move him out of the box. So if you are selecting any of those parts, you can't really move him. You can only get to move him whenever you select this. Okay. So next, by looking at this, and there's a double story. So first thing first, I'm gonna delete this surface, and the top surface as well, so that we can pick inside and we can start building them. So right click, convert to editable poly, and let's click number 4 on the keyboard, and click this, and this, and hit the delete key. Alright, so just let me check on certain things. My keystrokes isn't showing. Is it here? Control V. It's here. Okay, it's back. Okay, so back to here. Select these and hit the delete key. Alright, and next we're gonna have to turn the surface that face inside. So because right now you're seeing this is dark red, so dark red meaning the surface is facing the other direction. So you see this is like red, this is where it is facing. So we have to select all of them, and then we're gonna click flip to flip them back in. Okay, so from here we'll like to start separating the floors into double story. So we can select vertex and move them out just like that. Okay, so because this is the height of a human, so if it's a double story, so it should be at least twice of that human or even higher. Of course, it has to be slightly higher. All right. So you can select this guy. I select the core and hold Shift key and make a copy. Then you know what is going on here. So we are probably right. Okay, seeing that like we have slightly taller compared to two human heights. Okay, so next we're gonna cut the line through the middle. So select all the vertical lines and click connect. So click the settings right here. Then it'll pop up with a connect window to show you like how many lines you want to cut and how would you adjust this if you want to shift the middle line around. Okay, let's click confirm and done, checked. And next we'll like to separate this into half as well, because we'll like to build something on top. Okay, so from here, so we kind of like measure things around. So select this, connect, and then this is half. Okay, but I think our room is slightly smaller right now, so probably let me just undo this and move it across. I give it more space, and after that, then only we select all the horizontal line and click connect. And whenever you click connect, it will always make a middle line right here. So unless you go ahead and shift them around, or else it will be equally separated. Okay, so once we're done, let's build the box right here. So I'm gonna build on top of that, so using auto grid. So with auto grid, it will stick to here. So let's go ahead and stick to here. Okay, pull it up, just about like reaching here. Left click and right click to finish it off. Okay, so if this box, new box that we created, like exited, like penetrating through the walls, that's fine. Okay, because we can always adjust the thickness later, and then once we have the thickness, it will cover it completely. Okay, but right now we'll just leave it as how it is for now. Okay, so once we have this, we have this like 3 sections here, like 1, 2, and 3, and then the 4th one will be here. So let's start making lines. So select that, click F4 to turn on the wireframe and convert to editable poly. And after that, we're gonna click number 2 on the keyboard and click on one of those horizontal line and click ring. So ring, if I click F3, you can see that ring basically selects all the lines that cross the opposite and selects and back to here. So F3 backlight will show the shaded mode. So click connect settings, and we would like to make 4 connections. So this part I'll just put like a stairs, and we'll adjust this later because this one seems to be longer and these 2 are kind of the same. Okay, so just checked, and like this, we can double click that and pushed it. So if we want these two to be the same, we can just double click, Control backspace to remove the line first. Okay, and we're gonna reconnect this. Click ring, click connect, right click on those arrows to put it back to default settings. Checked. Okay, so now we're having this 4 compartments here, and next we're gonna go ahead and put some stairs right here. So we have some built-in stairs for us to use. So you can just go to here, here, stairs. Okay, and we'll be using straight stairs. Okay, so alright, let's click S to turn on snap, right click, so make sure it is snapped to vertex. Okay, so it's in a different direction. That's okay. We just have to, like roughly like snap it around that we can rotate it over. So click modify, and we're gonna change to close or probably even box. And after that, we can shift that pivot point to the center of the stairs. So by going to hierarchy, effect pivot, center to object, turn off effect pivot, and click E for rotate. Click A to turn on snap angle snap toggle, so that whenever you rotate, it will snap to fixed degrees like 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So right now we're getting an accurate, perfect 180 degrees rotation. Okay, so let's pull it back here. And we need to adjust the height. So go to here, modify. So you can go like that. Alright. If you want to extend further, like you can pull over and then you can, adjust this to make it fit. Okay, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, later on we might probably change to a different design, probably following this, but right now we'll just keep it as it is right now. That's how it looks like. Okay, so after we have done with that, let's work on this. Okay, so from the box itself, I'm just gonna start to, like connect lines. So connect a line through here. Ring. Connect. And I'm just gonna put it somewhere here, just like that. Okay, checked. Alright, the bottom here, we can't see what's going on, so we're just gonna leave it. And as for this, we're gonna select 2 pieces of polygons and click on inset, and in the inset settings we're going to change from group to polygon so that it will make inset on its own. And from here we're just gonna have to do some adjustments. So if you want the frame to be thicker, you can just go with thicker frame, and let's go with that. And after that, let's click extrude, right click, and push it back in. So right now we're more concerned about like the type, and we're not too care about the actual measurements. We just want to follow the kind of like the shape and make it look similar to this. Okay, then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there are 5 drawers here, and from here, like after we cut it through here, so this might make the whole thing like not really balanced. Okay, so I'm gonna have to inset this you do the same thing, but I'm just gonna have to click group, and after that I'm going to, you know, like detach this. Okay, but before I detach, I'm gonna just going to make, you know, like one more inset right here to give tiny gaps. 0.01. Okay, that'll do. Click, Control, double click to select the polygon in the loop. Delete that, and then you can select these piece of polygon and click detach. Okay, so I'm just going to skip the renaming part. Select this middle line, Control backspace to remove it, and recreate those by selecting these two vertical lines. Click connect, and I need to connect 4 lines to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines right here, 5 segments, and in those segments I'm going to use a chamfer. Chamfer allows us to split, so I'm using that feature to split this 0.01 and then reduce this middle line. I don't need that middle line, probably smaller, and checked. And after that, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete those gaps. Delete. Okay, so we have this 5 drawers separated. I know, like, this is kind of just one piece like floating in front, so we'll settle that later. We'll deal with it later. Okay, of course we will probably have to like extrude the inner part, so we got some surface inside, so the lightings will be correct, and then we might want to extend this to make an actual drawer, but we're just gonna leave it for now. Okay, next I can start cutting the windows right here. Okay, so to start cutting the windows, you can go to here, like click ring. So I know like ring will connect all the way through here. That's fine because we're not having anything extras right here, so that shouldn't be a problem. And click connect. Oops, sorry, autosave. Click connect. Okay, one more time, ring, click connect, and click 2. I'm gonna spread it and gonna shift it around, get close to the wall, and checked. Okay, and then seems like this is sticking closely to the floor, and the windows above the window we got some gaps right here. So select all the vertical lines and just right click to put everything back to default, and we're gonna shift this over to the top part. Yeah, maybe here. Cool. And the window seems to be, you know, like the length seems to be longer compared to ours. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to shift this slightly further away. Okay, and again, select that. We can detach this. Okay, and we'll do it as a window later. Right, you know, detach pieces. And for that main wall, we're gonna start adding thickness. So you can apply shell. So under this modifier list, you click shell and alter. Should be inner amount that goes to the outside. Yeah, because we flipped it just now. So the outer will be the inner will be the outer. Okay, so we pushed it out slightly to get some thickness, but we have a problem here. You can see that this part is thinner, this part is thicker. So to fix that problem, we're just gonna scroll down here and check straighten corners. So once you check straighten corners, then it will put the same diameter throughout here. Okay, it will be equally duplicated, you know, like pushed out. So with that, let's change the pivot point back to the center. Click Effect Pivot, Center to Object. There you go, finished. And we can push this in slightly. Alright, so that'll probably be the glass. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the frame right here. So first of all, let's select the top and bottom. So I'm clicking F3 to see through. Select the top and bottom line, just click Connect, right click. So we separate that into two, and we select this two. Inset. Okay, inset, but it has to be polygon. So inset by polygon, then we're getting this. Okay, so let's isolate this. Click isolate so we can see everything better. So for a window, normally this is what you can do. So after you inset, you extrude. So my version might not be exactly the same with that. Okay, but this is in general how you do it. So we extrude in. So after the first inset, we extrude in. And then let's go with the second inset. Okay, second time insetting it. And extrude again, and there you go. So you have the frame right here, and you have the glass right here. Okay, so turn it off and exit isolation mode, and there you go. All right, so you can have that, you know, frame fitting nicely through the holes. Okay, and of course, we're not seeing anything from the backside, but if you want this to be perfect, you want this to be correct. So let's click isolate. I can show you how to do it. So select these two, glass panel, click detach, so you can name it as glass. All right, and for this, we're gonna click isolate for one more time, so the glass remain like hidden. So for this one, we can go to here and apply symmetry. So you just click SY and it'll go straight to symmetry. Then you can click and choose that and switch the option to X, and let's try to click on mirror. So whenever we pull it to here, so this whole thing turns totally invisible. Yeah, because it really the other way around, you know, like inverted. So you can just click flip to bring everything back. You see, there's a gap here. So you just have to move this and close the gap. Boom, there you go. Okay, so you have a bit of gap. Let's go to top view. We'll make things easier. Okay, so seal, correct. Back to here. Alright, so now we got the windows, and you can change to a different color so that you can see it better. It's like this, and change to something like brighter. Okay, after that, you see the walls have some pillars around. Okay, so if you want to make those pillars, we need to cut lines. So I can turn off the shell first for now. So let's cut like 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 columns. So back to here, double click, Control backspace to delete the initial line. Select those horizontal line, click ring and click connect. Right click to put it back to 0, and clicking a few times to get up to 4 segments, and checked. So there's a middle line here, so we have all this, and I will put this later. So right now I think we should be good. Okay, let's turn it off. Alright, and seems like we might have to start shrinking the stairs down. Okay, so just gonna convert to editable poly. So I find it like using scale will make can be easier. All right. So next, let's go to standard, go back to standard, primitives, and choose box. And I'm gonna turn on auto grid to create a box from here and all the way up to here, and right click finished. Okay, so now right click, convert to editable poly, select vertex by clicking number 1 on the keyboard, and click move, W for move tool, and pull it down just like that. Okay, so we still have a bit of gap that we'll have to push this one over slightly, and it has to be here, kind of. All right, there we go. On the top view, have a bit of gap right here as well. Just pull it over and cover it. And for this piece that we have just created, we can shift and make a copy and pull over to here and click copy. That's it. Click P and back to perspective. Okay, so from those lines that we have just created, you can select those lines, you know, like the double click and control double click, and I wish to deselect these lines. Okay, and just leave it like this and deselect those lines as well. So what I'm going to do right now, it's duplicating this line and turn those lines into polygon primitives. Okay, so you can go to here, create shape from selection, linear. So choosing linear won't change the shape, so choosing smooth, sometimes it might detect certain parts that it wanted to be smoother, so it will automatically make it smooth, which is not what we expected. So let's just choose linear and click OK. There you go. And let's select those lines, back to here, and you can click enable and render it and viewport, and you can choose rectangular. So you can see that it instantly turns those into boxes. You can just make it slightly thicker. Okay, and this one shouldn't be going like all the way down. So you can go to here and click vertex and select vertex and pull it up. Alright, and next we're gonna clone these lines as well. So double click, control double click, and deselect those. F3 just to make sure we're selected the correct ones. Deselect these two. Create shape from selection. So you can see like sometimes like this is not really what we expected it to be. Okay, sometimes it might come out like correct. So for this we'll have to switch the values. 0.192, 0.083, 0.192, 0.083. Okay, there you go. Alright. Good to go. Okay, so next I want one more pillar right here. So I can go back to here and select spline. Spline will select the whole thing. Hold shift key, just make a copy and pull over to here. I go to top view, click T for top, click F3 to see through the wireframe. F3 back to shaded mode, click P, back to perspective. Okay, so for these points, I'm just gonna select vertex, hold control to add selection. So select these two vertices, hold control to add one more, and pull it down. Okay, there you go. Seems good. So for the pillars at the top, I need to move it slightly outside. Okay, and for these as well, have to move it slightly outside. Okay, then this one should be slightly inside. Just the middle one, I guess. Like this one has to go through here. And the top ones, I'll just have to pull it out so that it covers the whole thing. That's the top structure. Okay, so I have one more here that's going slanted. So I can click number 2 for segments, hold shift key and make a, hold Ctrl Shift to make a copy. Alright, and click vertex, number 1 for vertex and pull it up just like that. Okay, and click number 3 to select the whole segment and push it back in just a bit. So after that, I might need to build this. You know, there's something here, like the yellow, like small thin table. So just go to box and click Auto Grid. Just build it somewhere here. Click and drag all the way and pull it up. There you go. And then it's not long enough, so I'm just going to convert it to editable poly and select vertex number 1 and pull all the way to here. So it seems like not really straight right here, but that's okay. Just going to push it back in. Okay, so now next we have this like small table beside the bed. So we can use box and auto grid, same thing. Just click to, you know, drag and pull it up just like that. Okay, should be around this size. So from here that you can see this part is empty. So we first of all we have to separate them into 2 parts, and this is going to be empty and this is going to be a drawer, and there will be a tabletop above it. So from here, let's right click, convert to editable poly, click number 2 for H and click ring, click connect. Okay, to get that, and select polygon by clicking number 4, click inset and make sure you change to by polygon so that it will separate them into 2. So if you want to make it cuter, you have to make the inset bigger, just like so. Okay, I think about here should do just fine. Checked. And for this, hold shift key and push it in, just like that. Okay, and as for this, inset one more time with very little amount to make up the gap, 0.002 or probably 0.004, and checked. Actually, I think 0.006 is fine. Right, checked, and hold Control, double click, delete that. Okay, there you go. And you can click F3, click number 3 to select border, and you can hold shift key to extend it. So if you click F3 again, you can see that like we turn to wireframe by holding shift key with border selected. It sort of pushed it and extended the surface. So if you click isolate, as you can see right now, like it's being extended to here, but this is empty. Okay, so we can click cap to fill the polygons inside. Okay, back to here, and this is separated, so we can select this and click detach to make it a separated object like drawer. Okay, then you can select this and move around. Okay, but if you want to make it into an actual drawer, let's click isolate. Okay, so you can select border and hold shift key and drag. Same thing as well. Okay, make sure it does not exceed this part. Okay, back to here, isolate. So this is empty. Cap it. Select number 4. Select polygon. Delete the top part. And apply shell under modifier list. Okay, there you go, and make sure straighten corners is turned on. So exit isolation, so you can pull it out just like that. Okay, as for the knob here, you can create a sphere with auto grid turned on. Just click like this and pull it out. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so next we have the bed. So the bed, basically it's just a simple box at the bottom. So let's do a simple box right here. I think we might need more space. So let's select this table and pull it slightly over to here. And I guess this should be extended all the way to it, or else this might look weird. So select vertex, select both of the all of those points on the right side and pull it all the way to the pillars. Okay, so for the bottom part, I'm just gonna choose box, click here and pull all the way to here and raise it slightly higher. So it might looks not so accurate, okay, but we'll try to see. Like if you want it to be accurate, you might have to take this guy and then put it here, like to adjust the length of it, or probably even follow, you know, like the actual like super single size bed. But like I said, we're just gonna have to model the shape. You know, like we don't really care about the measurements for now. Okay, what we do care is about the techniques. Alright, so let's pull it up. Just like that. And you see there's a bit of chamfer over the edge right now, you can see from here. So let's add a bit of chamfer, shall we? So go to modifier list, click CHAMFER. So the moment you click CHA, and then it will go straight to chamfer. Okay, and then the moment we added chamfer, the shader, the shading seems to be a little bit weird. You see that there's a gradient here. So that's because of its own calculation. The surface tries to think that probably this is smooth. So we'll have to add one more segment right here to make it detect properly. So now you can see that the gradient slowly disappeared after we're adding more and more segments. But you shouldn't add too much, like it will be overkill, and reduce the amount of chamfer. Okay, click F4. So there you go. Alright, a bit of chamfer. And as for the mattress will be using something from extended primitives. So from standard primitives, you gotta choose extended primitives. So go to chamfer box and let's draw. Whoops. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, so let's go back to here and turn off chamfer. Because the moment you have chamfer on, like it detects there's a bit of curviness in the surface, then that auto grid won't be correct. Okay, click and you can see like how sweet it is, like using a chamfer box to create the mattress. It looks so soft and it looks great. It's exactly like the mattress. Okay, then we can make it slightly thicker by going to modifier list and increase a bit of the length, the height, sorry, the height, and go back to here and turn it back on. Okay, all right, so we have covered the mattress, and of course there are pillows and there are others. So for pillows we might do simulation, and then for the blankets we might do simulation as well, and then for the curtains, like we might plan to do simulation for the curtains. Okay, so we're gonna leave the blankets for now. Okay, so we're gonna do something slightly different from there. And next, let's look into the sofas. Okay, so for sofas, let's do the base. So the base is pretty simple. I'm just gonna turn on auto grid, drag, like probably up to here. Okay, so right here. And after that, I know like this, usually this is separated pieces, so we'll have to convert to editable poly. We're gonna select vertex and pull it over, just like that. Okay, but I think first of all, let's just connect and separate them into two. Okay, so you know, like these two are for two-seaters, and then this might be a little bit too long. So let's shrink it down, back. Okay, and then these are the separated ones. So we can just, you know, like select polygon, click F3, you know, like this is empty here. Then we can detach. Okay. Alright, so if you click isolate, you can see like there's a hole here. So click number 3. Number 3 that selects the border, and then just click cap to fill the holes, and then same goes to here. Click alternate Q for isolate, shortcuts for isolate. Click number 3, select that and cap it, and exit isolation. So there you go. And we'll have to switch the pivot point back to the center. Click this hierarchy, affect pivot, center object, turn it off. Now let's pull over slightly so that we got a bit of gap in between, and then click this and pull over and make it longer. That's it. So next we can work on the cushion. So back to here, extended primitives, chamfer box. Just click and drag up and make it rounder, just like that. Right click, finished. Okay, so in the front part it seems to be curvy, so we can convert to editable poly, and we'll select edge and select all these lines and click connect and checked. So you can select these vertices and pull it out slightly. Okay, so there's a bit of curve right here. But if you think like this is not smooth enough, you can actually select this, the ones that you pull it out. And double click to select the edge and use chamfer. So chamfer will split them up and will also balance and make it smoother. So you can have like this, push it further, and there you go. You got a smooth curve versions of that. Okay, so maybe select all this and pull it slightly out. Alright, there you go. Let's hold shift key and pull it over. Okay, I think we should make it slightly longer by scaling this. hold shift key and make a copy. So this one shouldn't have any gaps in between. Alright, once we're done, you can make a copy from here. So shift key and pull it up, click OK, and just gonna rotate this 90 degrees, pull up here. But this one shouldn't be that tall, okay? So it should be shorter. Alright, so we can select the top part, bring it lower, and F3 to go into wireframe mode, select that, and pull it in front. Okay, so if you want this to be curved, you can select all the vertical lines, click connect, select vertex, and pull it out just like that. Double click and apply chamfer. Right click to put it back to 0 and select them again, like separate them so that you got a nice smooth balanced curve. Okay, turn it off, hold shift key and make a copy. And there you go. Let's make a copy to here as well. Okay, and let's select that. Select all the front parts and extend all the way onto the end. Alright, there you go, we've finished the sofa. Okay, this one should be all the way to the walls. Okay, so we can do some readjustments if we want to. Select that, pull it back. Okay, so now we have completed about, I will say 50%, okay, of the whole thing. Alright, and there's a table, so we can just mock up all this like very quickly. So let's work on the table. So for box, you know, like just gonna drag like this, pull it up. Okay. Alright. And I think it's kind of too thick. I go to front view. Can't pull it up like so. And right click, convert to editable poly, so we can select all this 4 vertical lines and try to create shape from selection and turn it off. So select those shapes and we're just gonna give like a 0.1, 0.1, too much, too big. Let's put 0.05, 0.05. Okay, there you go. And select a vertex from here. You can select all the points. So I'm using a shape to create the actual geometry, like so. And after that, let's shift and make a copy out of this and select number 4 and shrink it down. Just like that. And I'm just gonna have to scale this bigger to cover it. That's it. Alright, that's it. So it is simple, just this and bigger, and then 4 legs created using shapes. You can select the whole table, deselect the bottom, and go to front view, and just gonna pull it down, just like so. Okay, of course, if you want to give it some story, you can rotate it. Okay, as you wish. I put it here. Okay, so next we're gonna put up some picture frame right here. So for picture frame, it's very easy. Just click on box and with auto grid turn on, put here, out. Alright. So picture frame similar to window techniques. Okay, right click convert to editable poly. Click number 4. Click inset. Checked. Extrude. Right click and extrude backwards. Negative value. Inset again. Checked. Extrude again, just like that. Simple, isn't it? Okay, so once we have this, let's duplicate this over and scale to make it smaller, and select number 1 for vertex, and we're just gonna make it longer, just like this. Okay, and then make a copy all the way down by holding shift key. Okay, and scale to make it smaller. Shift and make a copy. Click E for rotate, click A to turn on angle snap toggle. Rotate for 90 degrees and scale it down just like that. Okay, so we got some bigger picture frame, we got some smaller picture frames. So as for books and stuff, it's just a simple, box that you can put it there. And then more boxes, more books means boxes as well. Okay, so there's tabletop, I forgot to build it. So select polygon, hold Ctrl Shift key to make a copy, and clone to new object, tabletop. Click this to turn off, and add a shell to add thickness to it. So alter amount, and we're gonna turn this pivot point, shift the pivot point back to the center of the object by going to hierarchy, effect pivot, center to object, turn it off, press R to scale it. There you go, have a tabletop. So maybe I want to make it thicker. Just do it like this. Okay, so next, yes, I'm gonna start building books. So books we'll start with box, and I'm gonna put it on the floor, or probably I'm gonna put it here. Just click and drag up. Click, right click, finished. Okay, so maybe taller, longer, thicker. Alright, let's convert to editable poly. So for books, the front part, like here, is supposed to be round. Okay. So we can click this. We can select these panels. So click isolate mode. So hold Ctrl key to select these, and we're gonna duplicate them and make it a cover. So hold Ctrl Shift key, pull out, pull back in to make a copy. Because without moving it, it can't detect. So I have to move out and put it back in so that it detects and then makes a copy with Ctrl Shift. So book cover. Okay, turn off. Now with that, let's just click isolate again to look at just the cover, and select this top and bottom. Click connect. Alright, there you go, and pull it out and chamfer to make it curvy. So you can see chamfer, it's kind of useful that whenever you want to set things to be curvy. So at first you created one extra line, you pull it out and make it like a triangle shape, and after that you just use chamfer to split it, and whenever they split it with extra segments added, it turns it into curve, just like that. Okay, so after that, let's add a shell to it. This one should be outer shell, and make sure this is straighten corners. Straighten corners is turned on, and back to here. There you go. We have the books, and so for the pages, this has to be curved in. Select ring, connect, checked, confirm. Select the middle line, pushed it in, double click, chamfer. Curve. Okay, there you go. Alright, so here's the book. And the book should be smaller, the actual pages. So click hierarchy, effect pivot, center object, so we can scale from here. Alright. So if you select these two and look around, actually not bad. The cover should be longer, so let's go to top view, select vertex, select these two and pull it over just slightly longer compared to the actual pages. Back to here, there you go. Okay, so if we want, we can just select that, you know, like kind of do this, deselect by alternate, deselect by alternate, alt key, and put it here. Okay, we don't really have to go into too much details. Right now we're just gonna take care of the overall stuff. Okay, so we have one. Let's make a copy. Shift. Okay, select these two, and actually you can collapse all. Okay, to kind of get rid of the shell, reconvert back to editable poly. Click attach and attach those pages. Then you can start placing them like this. You know, rotate, shift and make a copy, scale and make it smaller. This one should be higher. It should be higher as well, but smaller books, and probably slightly different angle, and lean towards that bigger books. Okay, and another one. Copy, scale, press R for scale, make it even smaller, and put it right there. Okay, there you go. Alright, and next we're gonna need some books that lay down over here. So select that, the ones that's still straight, and we're gonna do the same attachment. Right click, collapse all, reconvert back to editable poly, attach the pages, right click, finished, hold shift and make a copy, copy over, click Z to zoom back in, click E to rotate, click A to turn on angle snap, toggle, so that we can place the book right here, just like that. Shift, make a copy, press R to scale and make it smaller, purposely make it like this, shift and make another copy, press R for scale and make it smaller, kind of rotate this a bit, put it here somewhere, and there you go. Alright, so we purposely make it not so well arranged and a bit messy, so that it looks more natural. Lower it down by using move tool. Lower it down just like that. Hold Control to select all together and move it down slightly. Okay. Alright, we got some books here, so I'm going to skip the boat for now. So there's a lamp, the floor. So this looks like a shape of a sphere. Okay, so let's build a sphere. Right click, finished. And for that sphere, I'm just gonna have to slice it here. I'll just put 0.5. Well, it's a hemisphere, and then we have to press R for scale and scale it down just like that. Okay, make it smaller. And there's a cylinder all the way to the top. Can convert to editable poly. We're gonna extrude the middle part. See, this is like a cylinder shape, a circle shape, which we'll extrude later, and then it turns into cylinder. So click vertex number 1 for vertex. Click on this, hold down Control key to click to polygon so that it converts the selection to polygon. Okay, hold Shift key all the way up, and then it makes an extrusion just like that. And after that, so this part, it's thicker, so we can hold Shift key and with scale selected, hold Shift key and scale to extend the surface, hold Shift key and move to extend it further. Okay, just like that. And select a polygon, go to top view. Okay, maybe a polygon here. Okay, let's select that. Control, let's select this. Let's Control select that. Control select this. Okay, I know I have selected extras. Okay, no, wrong. So it should be here. It should be this one that I select. Okay, never mind. Control double click. Control double click. Control double click. So it has to be equal somehow. So the equal is the problem. Okay, so I'm holding down Control. I'm gonna do it one more time. Holding down Control and double click on this. Try one more time. So once it detects, it will loop the polygon selection. Okay, hold down Control, click once, click number second, and double click. It goes all the way to the top. Okay, from here, I'm gonna hold alternate and deselect all this. Deselect all of that, including the bottom part. Deselect, deselect. Deselect from here. Okay, I go to top view, and let's click extrude. Extrude all the way to here, somewhere. Checked. And there you go. We have these 4 like panels that holds the lamp. And next we're gonna create a cylinder. Go to top view, turn off auto grid. A cylinder that's about the size. And click right click. Okay, so even though we created it and it starts from bottom, so we can pull it up. And because the top part is more narrow, the bottom part is broader, so I will like to reduce the amount of height segments to make it simpler, and then right click and convert to editable poly. Select the polygon, top and bottom, and click the delete key, and click number 3 for border, and select the bottom part and press R for scale and make it slightly bigger. Okay, slightly bigger, just like that. And after that, let's click shell. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. SHELL, there you go. So add the inner amount so that it covers that. Okay, all right, there you go. And if you want Of course, we kind of neglected the logic inside, that there's a light bulb here, so probably that there's a light bulb inside here, or probably there's some sticks that sticking out that you can plug your light bulbs in. But we're just gonna ignore that for now. Okay. If you want to make the cables, like, we can do it later. So now let's see what else we're missing. Okay, there are books here, so let's continue to add some books over here. So shift in, make a copy. So this seems to be broader. Okay, let's pull out. Okay, turn it off. Scale down. Put this over. Okay, let's move over. Pull over. Scale. Rotate for 90 degrees. Put it to the wall. Like here. The first one. Shift and make a copy. Make it smaller. Press R for scale. Rotate it. Pull over just like that. Okay, 2 books. Shift and make a copy. We're gonna make a thin book, so just scale it. Yeah, that'll be a quick solution. One, two, three, 4. Copy. Okay, the 5th one. Okay, it's actually sticking into the surface. Let's pull it out just a bit. Then back to here. Pull it out. Just rotate. Okay, there you go. There are toys here. So, like again, we skip it. So for the rug, let's just use a cylinder shape. Probably a tube shape would be better. A cylinder shape and a tube shape. So let's firstly build a cylinder shape. Cylinder. And give it some thickness. Just like that. And I think it should be way smoother. So instead of 18, let's put it to 50. Alright. And after that, let's build a tube on top of that. Okay, so there are height segments. Right click and remove the height segments and make it to 50 as well. 50. There you go. Okay, so as for the wooden floor, we'll have to duplicate this and we'll have to reconnect those lines and we'll make it a separated copy from here. So select number 4, click, 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 hold Control to select all of that. So I always like to use existing shapes and create another thing. So it's actually easier and better comparing to, you know, like redraw this, like to make it exactly the same size. So I find it like duplicating existing structures would be easier. So hold Ctrl Shift key and pull it up just like that and put it back. Okay, and then select that, isolate. We're gonna name it wooden floor. Hold Ctrl key, select 1, 2, 3, 4. And Control backspace to remove that. Okay, exit isolation mode and connect. So I'm going to add lots of lines right here. Okay, and there you go. Right, checked. Turn off H. Go to here. So it looks nice. Next, we're going to add a shell to it. Shell shall should be outer amount, just like that. Okay, convert to editable poly. So let's, with those lines selected, you can just click loop, chamfer. So we can add chamfer. Okay, to create those gaps. Okay, checked. And I have to reselect those lines again. Hold control, hold control, hold control, hold control, hold control, 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 control. To here. Front view. You can pull it down. Okay, actually if you go to the left view, you should see this is how it looks like right now. Okay, so again, loop, chamfer, will give you the curved. Checked. Okay, there you go. We have this. Exit. So we'll have to move this rug higher, and the bed as well, slightly higher, and then this one as well, slightly higher. Okay, so there you go. So now let's come back and take care of this. Alternate Q for isolate shortcuts. Click border to select the whole, and shift key to extend it up to here maybe, and then click cap to close the gap. Okay, so for all of these, alternate Q, select number 3, select all, shift key to kind of extend, just cap it. Okay, so if you're not going to animate this or pull it out to make it like an actual drawer, like so, you know, you don't really have to you know, do the actual thing here. You can just keep it like this. Okay, it's not noticeable. Okay, so for my drawer, I have to move it slightly higher as well, just like that. Okay, so as for the flooring at the bottom, so it's slightly different. We'll do it separately in the next session. So as for now, like, this is it, and hopefully you guys learned something today. And then I'll post another video that will start looking into some of the other parts, like probably more details, and then how to make this like separated wood patterns on here, and also adding some props around in the scene. And later on we're gonna do some shading and lighting as well. Okay, so if you like this content, please help me to like my channel, subscribe to my channel, put a like to my videos, and then stay tuned, and I'll post a new video for you guys to learn in the future. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.